In example 3, we're given several linear equations, and we want to put each equation into slope-intercept form, and then from that identify the slope of the line. So putting an equation into slope-intercept form really just means solving for y in the equation. So looking at this equation, 5x minus y equals minus 2, if we want to solve for y, we need to get y on the left-hand side of the equation by itself. So to do that, I'm going to subtract 5x from both sides, and that's going to leave us with minus y equals, let's say, something like minus 5x minus 2. Now, I have a negative y on the left-hand side, and I need that to be positive, so I'm just going to multiply both sides by minus 1. Or, in other words, you can think of that as dividing both sides by negative 1. Either way, you get the same thing. Really, we're just going through and then flipping all the signs. So this is going to give us y equals 5x plus 2. And so this is the equation of the line in slope-intercept form. And from that, we also are asked to find the slope, but once it's in slope-intercept form, the slope is simply just the coefficient of x. So in this case, our slope would be m equals 5. Okay? So this is the answer for part A. Moving on to B. Same idea. Our equation in this case is 2x plus 3y equals 18. And so if we want to put this in slope-intercept form, we need to solve for y. So I begin by subtracting 2x from both sides. And that's going to leave us with 3y equals minus 2x plus 18. I need to isolate y, so I have to divide both sides by 3. On the left-hand side, I am just going to get y, but on the right-hand side, I'm going to get minus 2 over 3x plus 18 over 3 is 6. So that's the equation of the line in slope-intercept form. And the slope then would be the coefficient on x, which is negative 2/3. Okay. So this is the answer for part B. Part C, we have this line. As before, we put it into slope-intercept form. We add 4x to both sides. And this leaves me with 2y equals 4x. Then we divide both sides by 2, which would give us y equals 2x. Remember, slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. The m, or let me write that down real quick. Y equals mx plus b. That's slope-intercept form. The m is the slope, and the b is the y-intercept. So it looks like we don't have a b here, but really that just means that b is 0. And so the y-intercept in this case is going to be 0. If you look back at example 1, we sketched the graph of this line, and we saw that, in fact, the y-intercept was 0. And so the slope in this case is just that number in front of x, or in other words, 2. Okay? So here's the answer for C. Moving on to part D. We have this line, 3y equals 12. Putting this in slope-intercept form, we have to divide both sides by 3, which is simply going to leave us with y equals 4. So again, slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b, and the slope is the coefficient on x, or in other words, the number before x. Well, there's no x in this equation, so that means the coefficient is 0. So we have a slope of 0 in this line. When you have a slope of 0, that means you have a horizontal line, a line that's parallel to the x-axis. And sure enough, if you go back to example 1 where we sketched the graph of this line, we saw that it was a horizontal line at height y equals 4.